Good to see you all. Today we are going to discuss about the E-level. Before that, I want to introduce myself. I am Muthu Ganeshwari, Assistant Professor of Commerce from Manna Thirumalai Nayakar College. Today we are going to discuss about the E-level in the GST. Okay. In the E-level, we are going to discuss about component, purpose, personal liable, validity, cancellation, and then what is the website used for E-level. Before that, E-level. What do you mean by E-level? E-level means movement of goods. For movementing one goods from one place to another place. For that transportation, the government approved that transportation. This approval is done through the E-level with the charges. So, okay. Next, component. What are the components involved in the E-level? If you want to register the E-level, the particular register need these following items like GSTN. GSTN means GST identified number. This number is given to all the goods supplier. Who are all the manufacturer or who are the supplier or who are there in the business having this GST number. This GST identified number should be given to register your E-level. Next, place of delivery. For which place you are going to deliver your goods, it should be mentioned with their PIN code. Next, invoice number and date. The bill we have created for the goods which was purchased by the buyer. Okay, that invoice number and date should be mentioned in the E-level while registration. Next, value of goods. How much worth of goods should be transported should be mentioned. Next, Hutchison code. Hutchison code means this is the code given to all the suppliers. That is, it contains 6 digits called harmonized system of nomenclature. Okay, after Hutchison code, you want to give the transport document number, that is in which vehicle you are transporting your goods. That vehicle number and the particular details of that vehicle details all should be given. Next, reason for the transport. For what purpose you are transferring the goods from one place to another place. These are all the components you want to mention in the E-level. Next, purpose or an objectives. For what purpose the E-level should be created? What is the main reason to create the E-level? First thing, to ensure the goods being transported. Second thing, track the movement of goods. That means you want to track your goods from where it's going, and it should be avoid the tax evasion also. Next, the travel time and the cost, uniformity of the bill, and how fast it should be moving. That's all the details. The distance of the travel should be analyzed and collect the particular tax to the government. It is very important to each and every citizen pay the tax amount. So it is most important one. For this purpose only the E-level should be created. Yes, what are the persons should be liable? Who are all registered the GST and who are all non-registered GST, and the transporter, consignor or consignee, principal, and the exempted person. For what purpose unregistered person, exempted person are also want to register the E-level means no one should exceed the E-level. For even sometimes GST was not created or not registered by all the business people because of their less turnover. But once the goods were movement, even the unregistered person also take the e-way bill for transportation. It is very necessary. Next, validity. In the part of validity, it should be taken into two parts. First one is other than ODC, second one is ODC. ODC means over dimension cargo. Over dimension cargo means the goods which were exceed the standard size and the weight limit. That means if the transportation of a truck has an only 50 kg of the fridge want to move from one place to another. For example, I am saying, but the fridge load is contained more than 25 kg. In that time, how the validity should be taken? That's it's denoted here. If there is over than ODC, less than 100 kilometer, a person, a transport should be going on less than 100 kilometer, the e-way bill is valid 1 day. If the transportation is more than 100 kilometer or additional 100 meter, the e-way should be taken for another 1 more days. If the having ODC means less than 20 kilometer only allowed for 1 day. If the ODC is less than if the ODC is having and the transportation is going to more than 1 day with the addition of 20 kilometers, it should be given a time for another 1 day. Next, cancellation. Okay, in what are the timing the cancellation should be done? E-way bill was cancelled. In what are the time? Due to not transport. If you have planned to transport the goods on today, but it was due to some reason it was not transported, it should be postponed to another 2 days, that e-way should be cancelled. Suppose this cancel should be done by using the same electronic portal. In which portal you are taken the e-way bill, in the same electronic portal, within 24 hours you can cancel, but in the meantime you can cancel through SMS also. This is the main website, authorized website given by the government for register and cancel for e-way bill. Thank you.